Toucan Play That Game is proudly sponsored by NiceGameShop.com, the place to go for rare and unusual Asian games. Hi, I'm Michael. Take a seat and I'll teach you how to play Century Spice Road by Plan B Games. A game where players are taking control of caravans and using their merchants in order to trade spices to gain the most points and win the game. Start setting up the game. Take all the orange backed point cards, shuffle them up and then deal out 5 in a row. Above the final card in the line, place a number of gold coins equal to the number of players times 2. So in this case for 2 players we'd have 4 coins. Then the next card, put the same number of silver coins above it. Then take the purple backed merchant cards and separate out these purple bordered ones from the gold bordered ones. These are your starting player cards and put them to the side for now. Shuffle up what's left and then deal out a row of 6 cards. Next, put your spices in the bowls and arrange them in a line so that it goes yellow, red, green and then brown. This is the levels of spices for the purposes of upgrading. You go from yellow to red, red to green, and so on. Next, take the merchant cards that you set aside and give each player one of these 2 cards, the Gain 2 yellow and Upgrade 2. Next, you need a number of caravan cards equal to the number of players, ensuring that one of them is the one that has the symbol in the corner that marks your first player. So for a 2-player game, we need 2. We then return the others to the box. The 2 cards we then shuffle up, or more if you've got more players, and you deal 1 to each player, which they then reveal. Whoever has the one with the symbol will be your first player. You then give them 3 of the yellow cubes, which they'll place on the spaces of their caravan. And each caravan has 10 spaces for goods, marked by the flowery symbols. Your second player then receives 4 of the yellow cubes, and if you have a third player they also receive 4, and then if you have a 4th player they'll receive 3 yellow and 1 red, and a 5th player will also receive 3 yellow and 1 red. And that is the game set up and ready to play. The aim of the game is to have the most points. The way you get points is largely through these point cards, and the number of points they're worth is stated on the card. However, you'll also get points for these metal coins, which you'll get if you buy the card that's underneath them. The gold ones will be worth 3 points at the end of the game, and the silver ones are worth 1 point at the end of the game. You'll then also get points at the end of the game for spices in your caravan that are not yellow, 1 point for each spice. And the game will end when one player has 5 of the point cards in a 3 or more player game. If you're playing with 2 players, then you play till a player has 6 of the point cards in front of them. Each player's turn consists of performing 1 action from the 4 available. Firstly, there is play a card from your hand. Then there's acquire, gain a merchant from the market. Then there's rest, allowing you to pick up cards that you've already played. And then there is claim, allowing you to claim a point card. When you play a card, you simply play it down in front of you and then you gain the effect in the top left here. There are 3 different types of cards. Firstly, there are spice cards that simply gain you those spices. Then there are upgrade cards, which allow you to upgrade the spices that you have in your caravan. So you could use 1 point of upgrade to go from yellow to red, and then you could, say, upgrade that red that you just got to a green, or you could upgrade 2 separate spices. And finally, there is trade, which allows you to give up specific spices in order to gain other spices. Acquiring a merchant card, you pick the card that you want and you add it to your hand. If it's the first card in the row, then it's free and you don't have to pay anything in order to take that, and then the other cards would all shift down and a new card would come out. If, however, say you wanted the second or third one along, then you need to pay. And what you pay is 1 spice on each card that you skip past. And then you add the new card to your hand, and all the ones further along in the line then slide down and a new one comes out. If the card you then want to acquire has spices on it, you get to claim those spices and place them in your caravan. Performing the rest action, you pick up any cards that you've already played, adding them to your hand. Even if you already have cards in your hand, you can still do this action. Finally, to do the claim action, you have to have the spices required by the card denoted on the bottom of it in your caravan. If you do, you simply return those spices to the supply and take the card. You can take any of the face-up cards. However, if you take the first one in the row, then you get a gold coin, which will give you bonus points. And if you take the second one, you'll get a silver coin that will give you bonus points. There is a limit on the number of these coins and no more will come out. Whenever a card has been claimed, the row then slides down and refills from the deck, meaning the cards that are under the coins will change. The game then carries on like this, with people acquiring merchants in order to upgrade spices, gain new spices, in order to be able to buy the point cards until a player has 5 point cards down in front of them. That then triggers the end of the game and you finish the current round, meaning that you play until you reach the first player again. That first player will not get another turn. And that is how you play Century Spice Road by Plan B Games. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, as well as subscribing and sharing. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.